Okay guys, round 3. Gonna do the third piece. Finally figured it out on the second piece. And let me do the giraffe. Took some thinking outside of the box to get this to work the way I wanted it to work, or the way that it has to work. So let's start with the giraffe, or zebra. I call it a giraffe. I don't even have a giraffe here. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. But sometimes things are kind of a challenge for me. And this was one of them, to get this guy to stand up straight. And the problem with this one is that's okay, I can use the thinner sticks. I had to use sticks along with the dowel rod. Now it makes it a little bit thicker from the side. However, in this particular case, my client is going to be wrapping ribbon around it. So it doesn't matter, it's gonna cover up. It doesn't matter anyway there's just times that you're gonna see inside between the sides. You can't ever get them together super flat unless, of course, you use paper thin coffee stir sticks. Then you're gonna have the issue with the piece being unstable. So what I'm going to do first, I didn't want that one. I was going to try a thicker dowel rod thinking that would remedy the issue, but it wouldn't. So I'm going to start by making sure this guy's straight, and I'm going to put the sticks all the way down before I do my dowel rod. Like I said, it's the only thing I can do. Uh-oh. I didn't leave. Oh, it doesn't matter. The dowel rod's going to go on top of it. I'm just thinking out loud. Let me see. I'm going to put it right about there. Ouch. Hot. Okay. I used the tongue depressors on the last one I did, but it had a thicker hole here. This one, the tongue depressor won't fit. It's too thick, too wide. So I'm just going to use popsicle sticks. And I know that some of you out there might be looking and think there's got to be an easier way. And if you know of an easier way, share it with me, because when I make the pieces really tall, it's always been a challenge to get them to stand sturdy. But there's more to it than just the dowel rod, which I'm going to show you in the end. I'm giving away the farm again, guys. I told you that I was warned not to do that, and here I am doing it again. Thank goodness I had a couple extras of these. I think I'm going to have to print out some more. That would be nice with the right one on there. But it was just a tad bit of a challenge to get it sturdy, and I had to take some pieces apart and replace them with new ones. I got to print some more out. There's a lot of pieces that go with this. Is anybody there watching and asking, why am I reaching for the dowel rod or the popsicle sticks behind me? Because I keep forgetting that I have them right here in front of me. That's why. Okay. Now, got that straight. And then I'm going to go here. And, oh guys, I mentioned it in every single one of these 3 clips, and I'm going to say it again. Can't stand this glue. Oh, drives me nuts. I just want to stand it up and make sure it is straight. The biggest challenge I have is with the top. And you better make it straight before you put it together, because you can't take it apart. And it is a hair off. So, there we go. That hair. I don't know why from the back it looks straight to me, but then when I turn it out around in the front, and it might be a 1/16 of an inch less, but I can tell when something's crooked. And I have a real hang up with anything that's crooked. If the picture's hanging on the wall, anything, I have to straighten it if it's crooked. Even on my kitchen table, I always keep my kitchen table decorated with clay dishes and things like that. And I always have to make sure the placemats are all set correctly, and the plates and bowls and stuff that I put on it, everything has to be straight, or I have to fix it. Even when I go to one of my kids' house, if I see something crooked, I have to fix it. Okay, let me see though. This, okay. Now what I have to do is grab one of my dowel rods, and I need to start from up here. And I'm going to go right on top of the popsicle sticks. My dowel rod's too long and it's poking off the edge there. So that is why I'm pushing my table down, and my glue gun's going to fall in just a minute. I love this table because my husband put it on casters so I can move it all over the place. But no matter where I move it, it does not fit in this room. I mean, I do not have extra space. I'm waiting until it gets nice outside and try and put some of the, I don't know where I'm going with that, but I was going somewhere and got derailed. So just double check this before I move forward and make sure we're golden. We are golden. Okay, we're good. So now I'm going to go down the entire zebra and attach the dowel rod. I don't want to overdo it on the hot glue because I don't want it oozing out the sides, especially since the sides are a little bit open. Again, it's going to be wrapped in ribbon, so it doesn't really matter. But it's really hard on pieces that are narrow. I can usually hide my dowel rod if the pieces are really big because I can close the edges. But on things that are small and thin, like these poles here, I can't hide the dowel rod. You won't see the dowel rod from the side on this part, this part, or this part. You will only see it on the pole. And when that happens, I cover it up. But I'm not going to worry about it on this because she is going to cover them up. She's going to wrap them in ribbon. So it's not going to be an issue. Okay. And I need the dowel rod about that length. Okay. I need to remember to put, I can move them back here. And you see there? Man, am I going through the glue sticks though? These things go fast too. I'm almost running out. I need these big rods, these big ones. And then, I don't know, we'll see how this one goes. If this one goes smoothly, it'll be the last one on this video. The only reason it is the third one on this video is because the first two, I was having an issue with reinforcing the pieces, which I'm going to be redoing those somewhat. I have to cut out some more prints again so that I can go over the top. That's one thing that's really nice about this is when you have to fix something because you might have a tear or anything can happen when you're making them. You can just print what you need and just go right over the top with it, tape it right to the top. I've always done that. Okay, I got to get the zebra legs. The last one I almost forget to put the sticks in again. So I was thinking about it now to make sure I didn't forget. Okay, I did this when I wasn't filming, and I had all my sticks up here that I was grabbing, and they all went flying. Because he's kind of hanging off here. And I don't need those right now. This is actually my favorite one. This is printed out a real light lavender. I love the zebra. He is so cute. This file I got on Etsy, and it's under Carousels. And it is one of the best. Well, I thought it was the cutest one. And I think my client felt the same way, because this is the one we went with. But it was like on the 5th page or something. It was quite a few pages down. And I thought, no, I would be boosting this one so that it would come up first, because it is a really nice file. But if anybody's interested, that's where it's at. And it's got all sorts of other elements in the file that I'm going to be using, because I'm going to be making gable boxes. And the gable boxes will have some of the other images that came with this, such as a hot air balloon. So I can remember it's a hot air balloon. It's a couple different colors. But I'm going to mix up. There's going to be 25 boxes, and I'm going to make them different. They're going to, I don't know if they'll all be different. Could be. We'll see. But, okay, let's get this put on. Guys, I need this to stand sturdy. I used the bigger, with me using the bigger tongue depressor sticks on there, I don't know if they're that much sturdier, because I don't think they're that much thicker. But if that would be the case, I'll be back to the drawing board, because they're not all as thick as that one that I did, where those worked perfect along the center. So, got my fingers crossed here that this will work and be sturdy. And then I'll show you what the main thing was. I don't even know if this is going to make a difference of these rods. I think a lot of it had to do with the base. I'm not sure. I'm going to check on the first one I did. I haven't finished it. I'm going to, like I said, I have to print and cut out more pieces to go over where I'm fixing it. So I have to put a new peg in it to make it longer. And I haven't done that yet, so I haven't checked to see if the new base is going to work. And I'm using I'm going to show you in the new base what we did. However, they're going to be spray painted gold or hand painted gold, whatever we have. They'll be done in gold, because this has all got gold in it. So I like it better than the wood. And I shouldn't put that on the image, because if it drips, it's going to go on my image, and I'm not going to be happy. Okay. And let's see. 3 strikes, I'm out, guys. If this doesn't work, the last resort is I would have to do them all over again and make them cut that extra 6 inches off. The whole thing that's throwing it off is because it's really tall, and these just aren't stable or strong enough to hold the weight of the whole top and the animal. And there's no other way for me to do it. If I do great big huge ones, I buy 1/4 inch by 1.5 inch, 2 inch wide. They're almost like a yardstick, and they work great when you're making great big centerpieces, because I did some circus animals, not circus animals, zoo animals that were 3 feet, and I did videotape that, I'm pretty sure. I'm not pretty sure. I think I did. But they were 3 feet, and my concern was making them so they would stand up. So my husband went and got some trim at Menards that was like the size of a yardstick, and that's what I used to run up the whole center of the animal. Worked perfect. So if you're making something really, really, really big, get trim, like at Menards, Home Depot, anywhere, that is the width and size of a yardstick. And it works perfect. Very limited times that I have to, or very few times, not limited, very few times I've had to use it. It would be extreme cases when you need when you're making a really big piece and you want it to stand straight. That is what you need. I don't make them that big because I can't ship them. It would cost more to ship them than the cost of the work. And these guys, I thought would not be that much work, as normal, because I didn't have to glitter. When I have to glitter on top of it, you have no idea how long it takes to make one centerpiece. Those of you that do this know, but those of you that just watch these videos don't realize how much time it takes. You probably have an idea because you're watching me after I've already got them all print cut out and they didn't glitter, so I'm just assembling, and how long it's taken me to do this. Imagine if I had to glitter all of them and put them together, and it takes a long time. One of the things, if I figured out by hour, if I was really in a good business, probably not, but I love doing it. So for that reason, I do continue on because I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I cannot believe I have been doing this for 17 years. The time goes so fast. So fast. Okay, now he's got his tail's got some little pieces like that would be of hair. So when you're doing that, when you're putting your glue on it, what I do is I sacrifice my finger, and when it squeezes out the side so that they're flat together, I put my finger on it because I want the glue to come right off. When I put my finger on it, it flattens it, and so then I can just rub it off and glued it to the table. I glued it to the table. I don't want to pull and rip it, so it isn't actually, it's just stuck by some pieces that squirted out, but it's easier for me to remove it if I go ahead and say, burn, finger, burn, and stick my finger in there. And there we go. Oh, I didn't put the back on. I'm not done yet. Come here, wastebasket. Okay, now we'll put this piece on. And this cord is strung right across where I'm moving. I'm going to film tomorrow, and I'm going to wear my sweatshirt that my daughter bought for me. I'm so excited. It is so cool. I wanted to do a sweatshirt this year around, nope, this is the wrong side. Birthday, anniversary, whatever. Married 51 years this year, and 4 kids later, and 18 grandkids, and I don't know, I had all this stuff I wanted to write on a t-shirt around my birthday this year, because people always say they couldn't dreamed about when they were getting married or when they were going to have kids and everything. I remember growing up never thinking about any of that. Never thought about it. And my stepmom keeps saying, you've always wanted a big family. And I keep thinking, God, she has me confused with somebody else's kid, because I don't remember ever talking about having a family until I was actually trying to get pregnant. But by then I was already married and was having a hard time. I had issues, and it took me 6 years to get pregnant. Hence the reason I was so old when I started having kids. I shouldn't say so old. Nowadays people are a lot older than that having them, their first. But back when I had my first 45 years ago, when I was in the hospital, I was the oldest one in there. I was 28, which nowadays is, people aren't even getting married by then. But back in the day, probably from the town I was from, probably came into play on that. Didn't have anything better to do but get married and have kids. My best friend got married the day of senior prom. I went and I was in the wedding, and I went from her wedding to senior prom after a few beers. That wasn't good. Okay, guys, it worked with the small rods. It worked. Here's what we did on the base. My husband took a 1x1 and fit it on here and drilled all the way through here to here, so that this has reinforcement in the base. This is all going to be painted gold. And it can be, if wanting to, I got to cut this off, it's too long. It can be, providing somebody would want to, put some flowers or anything around the bottom of the base. Again, it will be in metallic gold. And that, guys, will be the last one because that worked with the thin sticks. But see how from the side you can see there's nothing to do, there's nothing I can do. That it's just, that's the nature of the big pieces. However, probably not a good piece to grab because it's still on the roll. When it gets wrapped, that is not going to be noticeable. Yeah, you're not even going to notice that when it's wrapped. I don't think anybody looks at these from the side anyway. But again, you can always close the larger pieces. You can close them so you can't see in. However, where you have your dowel rods, it's impossible to get tight and closed. You just can't do it, especially when this is so thin. I have nowhere to glue it to make it so that you can't see in there. I'd have to make it at least 1.5 inches or 2 inches wide, that hole, and I would rather wrap it in ribbon than make it wider. So that's the story on that, guys. But I finally got it figured out, so you don't have to watch me again. And I know you're all thanking your lucky stars for that. I'm going to fix the ones that I have to, or the one that I have to, and we should be good to go. I will post this with all the pictures of all of them done as soon as I get all of them done. But thanks a lot for watching, guys, and until the next time. And I don't think the camera was moving, was it? Is it still going? Yes, but it went off on my watch. What's going on? Hi, I'm back again. I wasn't going to film putting together the last one. However, I think I may have made a change. I'm not real sure, but I decided I'm going to do the last one, which is the elephant. I don't think well, anyway, the fifth one, I do believe. First thing I'm going to do is exactly what I did with the other ones. I am going to, I better do it this way because that's the way I did the other ones. Run my oh my word. Run my what, guys? What am I running? The assembly here. And here we go. I made sure that I'm match them up because I did do them flipped. There is a minimal difference between the front, or between this side and this side. It is not a mirror image when they did it. And I cut these out and thought I didn't flip it. And I thought, well, it doesn't matter. They're exactly the same. And they'll line up even if I do the same sides because they look exactly the same. However, they're off by minimal, super, super tiny. But that super tiny does make it, I don't like it. Let's just put it that way. So I'm going to start out here. I'm going to put that straight and start laying my popsicle sticks. I think this one might be good for the tongue depressors. I said I was going to have my husband go through and, yeah, the dowel roll goes last, and sort my sticks. So I did drop that little hint on him yesterday, but needless to say, my sticks are still a mess. And I had to film too because I wanted to show off my sweatshirt that my daughter surprised me with. And it's got the name of my 18 grandchildren on here in the order that they were born. I said no more babies because I have no room for names unless I do the other sleeve. I'm going to save this sleeve for great-grandchildren. Since I do have college age grandchildren, you know, 5-10 years from now, I could be a great-grandma. So I told my husband he is not allowed to wash this sweatshirt. It has to be laid out to dry, and it's got Nam on it. Is it backwards? Yes, it is backwards. Anyway, I love it. I love it. It was a great surprise. It brought me to tears. It was just, I didn't expect it. And so you will probably see me wearing it a lot. I love it. And I have been complaining endlessly on how much I hate the glue sticks that I get at Michael's. And guess what? These glue sticks are from Michael's. I don't have enough to finish the pieces, and I can order them from Amazon, but I don't know how long it'll take, and I really want to get these done today because I've got to start on the 25 flavor boxes, gable boxes. They're being delivered hopefully today. Did notify me, Amazon, and said they are on their way. I went to Michael's today because I wanted to pick up some silk flowers. I need some more springy ones. And then I went to Target, and at Michael's, I'm like, I cannot believe how incredibly bare their shelves are. And I said something to the lady who was checking me out, and she said, yeah, it's, you know, they had some coming in, but every time I go there, it is so bare. And it made me feel really bad thinking, I found out Joanne Fabric is going out of business. And it made me feel bad that I like to shop on. I'm guilty of shopping on Amazon because it's easier. Over me. It's easier and quicker for me. But I feel bad because stores that have been around from the time I was raising children, you know, so it's been at least, my oldest is 45. So I feel really bad that businesses, and I know the reason they're going out of business is because everybody does everything online. Our shopping mall, a bunch of the stores have closed. Some big stores that have been around forever. I wanted to make sure that was straight, and it is. That I need to stay on track here, guys. I'm sorry. Closed. The mall looks like it has the aftermath of a bombing or something. It's horrible. And I haven't been there. You know, it used to be for Christmas shopping and everything. You'd always go to the mall. I have a feeling all of this is going to be gone because everybody does everything online. Not everybody. There's still people that go to the store and like to go to the store. And unfortunately for them, that's going to come to a halt. I don't think they're not going to be able to maintain the malls open. And it makes me feel bad. Just what everybody wanted to hear. Okay, I'm going to cut this off. Oh, I know another reason I wanted to film this last one is because my husband made me the bases that have to be done. It's still, I put this wood here because it really is absolutely crucial that you keep this from bending. It has to be really, really sturdy. And I almost put that piece down in the wrong place. Very, very close to putting it in wrong. Let me see here. I need a little tiny piece. This should work. To slip under this peg to keep it the same height. I didn't bring this stick all the way down to the bottom. Somebody had mentioned they thought this particular filming from here was good, was better than I have been doing, and I'm going to move it just a little bit because the door looks like it's in the way. It's in the closet. I'm dropping pieces, guys. Okay, better finish gluing that. But the way that he had to make them to hold and make sure it was sturdy, the piece when I put it on there, he had to add a chunk. And the reason he can't make the whole base a bigger, like a 2x4 or whatever, 2x2, whatever. He couldn't make the whole piece that big due to the weight. For shipping, it would be a nightmare. I don't know why I didn't bring this all the way down on my stick, or a stick all the way down, knowing I needed it. You know what? Because I can't do anything right the first time. I always have to go back and do it again. This was not a big deal. There we go. And now we're going to put the other pieces on top of it. And I have the bases I show you. I'm Ranjit, my client. Ranjit, if you're watching this, I'm going to show you that the flowers that I picked up that I thought to put around the base to make the base look nicer. Again, the way they had to do them is to keep them from being too heavy for shipping, and it wouldn't matter because you're picking them up. Didn't even think of that. I'm thinking of normally I ship, and that's why. But anyway, I still think, because all of the images have, I think, maybe not all of them, and they have pink flowers and white. And I picked some up, and I'm going to just do one and show it to you. And you decide if you want me to go ahead and do that. It's totally up to you, because this is your party. These are your pieces. So any way you want them done, I will do them. If you don't want the flowers, I won't put them on there. I'm going to try and come up with other things besides flowers to put on there. Okay, now I have to line him up so that this pole lines up. Challenge of the day. Again, this is taped on here, so if I have to pull it off to retape it, it's not the end of the world. That is totally fine. But I do want to make sure that they match up. And Ranjit, also, I know you're going to wrap these, and I'd mentioned it before in part of this video, and I don't know if you're going to watch through this whole thing. Probably it's going to be a good hour long, unless I break it in two, which I might do. But anyway, you're wrapping it will fix that so you can't see, because again, it's only in this pole that you can see between the peak lines. And it isn't something I can do anything about. So I'm leaving it up to you. Let me glue this on the dowel rod so I can make sure it is straight before I start closing him up. Sound like I'm doing surgery. I feel like I'm doing surgery. I absolutely love these images. I love them. But this has been, I didn't put the sticks on. So annoying when I do that. So annoying. I put them on the center and then I think I'm done. Thankfully, I only glued the middle here, so no big deal. I'm going to put my sticks on there now. And we'll use one of these. We'll use one of these, and we'll do one here. And you can't see what I'm doing because I got the elephant lift up, but I think you've seen enough of me doing this that you have a visual of what I'm doing. Now I'm going to shut them. Got all my sticks in now. It's time to attach the front and the back together. Again, I know I've said this, I don't know how many times, but probably in every single one of the videos I've done, I glue these to close them in so you cannot see through. These are big enough that I can do that. And the tip of his trunk, I'm going to put a little extra glue on to give it a little extra strength because it's on a curve. To put a stick in there is not possible. But if I put a lot of the hot glue on it, hot glue dries, and as you know, it dries hard just like it is to start with. So if I just put extra glue in that area, it will still be firm, because there is no give on these. But now I got to do the other side, and I went and put all my sticks in the way. I'm all wound up today, guys. It's like 60 degrees outside. I'm in Wisconsin, for those that don't already know that. And so ready for winter to be over. And I've got my window open. I'm bouncing off the walls in a good mood. I start to kind of be in a foul mood in January and February. This year in February, it was ungodly cold the whole entire month. Weather that we normally would get in January decided to creep up on February. But the Groundhog's Day said that the groundhog said we were going to have in early spring. And it's supposed to be in the 50s and 60s all week. So I am trusting in the groundhog. I'm hoping it's over. We have snow all the way up into April. Sometimes we get it in April. Not often, but the grass will be out, and you know, my husband will have already mowed by then. And then all of a sudden it snows, but it usually lasts a day and then it's gone. So I don't care, because I know it's going to be gone. But up until that happens, I'm sick of the winter. I want the winter gone the day after Christmas. I want a white Christmas and a green January with flowers. Not going to happen. Global warming is not happening here. Okay. I remember to put the sticks in. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the top on, which I do believe was this one. Put them aside on top of where I already had stuff. So now I got to see if it's the right one. Okay. And then the bottom. Yeah, these are all sets of 2, so I'm good. Where did I put the other bottom? Does anybody see it? Is this it? Nope, there's 2 there, 2 there. See, I was saying the other day, organization usually throws me off. I don't know where the other bottom went. Let me see if this is one. Oh, I didn't finish gluing the elephant. I didn't glue him on the other side. I didn't put the sticks on the other side either. I wound up too much. There's the, oh. I really am. I probably shouldn't be filming because I'm really wound up. And my best friend for 40 some years just stopped by to see me, and that was awesome. And wound me up even further. She didn't stay long enough, but I love it when she stops by. My husband is in Milwaukee at a tournament of my grandsons. Some of you might ask, why am I not at the tournament? Well, I have a ton of work to do, and on the month of April, I'm going to have my grandchildren full-time instead of just 2 days a week, because the other set of grandparents are going to Africa for a month. So I got to get all my work done before I have kids full-time, or I'm going to be staying up all night long. And guys, that's not happening. I don't do all-nighters anymore. I'm too old for that. So I got to make another 10 carousels. I'm going to send her the picture of these ones, see if she would like them like this, or if she prefers them out of the glitter. Don't know. But I'm going to have to ask before I proceed, because she might not want these. Boy, my poor fingers. Sacrificing my fingers. There we go. Now the elephant. See, now this, the trunk, super firm. Can't bend it. It's awesome. Just when something like that happens, that you on a real tight curl and you can't get a stick in there, instead of breaking them up in little pieces and trying to do it, just fill it full of hot glue and it will dry and be sturdy. It won't move. You probably watched me do this enough times that you're probably sick of watching me put them together, but it's just part of it. Ooh, I just stubbed my toe. I have somebody coming over to see one of my husband's tables in about an hour, so I wanted to get all this done before she showed up. Guys, I don't like how that's looking. I don't think this was the flip, because when I put it down, where is the flip side? Let me see if I have one more under here. Let me see if this is it. It's just so, it's so minuscule how off it is. This is off too. This isn't the right side. I'm not gonna, let me see if I got a different one here that are paired off that I can grab one of them. I'm gonna have to cut some more out because they do have to match up. It's crucial that, yeah, see, here's the flip side of that one. So that means I'm going to have to cut out some more and try and figure out by looking at the picture. I'll just have to cut out extra of them, I guess. Oh, I suppose I better glue that down first. There we go. Yeah, it does make a difference. Big difference. And all you're waiting to see here, guys, is the base. The base. And I'm putting you through all of this just so you can see how he ended up doing the bases. But I do want anybody that feels like it, that watches this, is leave me a comment as to what you think of the flowers around the base. I'm trying to, now I'm getting a little hesitant because they don't have flowers on them. But you know what? I think I have some gold. I know I do. I'll look for it when I get offline because I have some gold balls here that I think I'll put on the base that matches what the elephant has, not flowers. Whoops, my stick was glued down there. And guys, when you do, if you do this and you're making one of these and you do make a mistake and you're using hot glue, you better be quick. If you can't take it off when you're using hot glue, my recommendation would be is to cut a new piece and just go over it. And you know, if there's any sticking out, cut it off and then just put a new piece over it. Don't try and kill yourself taking it apart and glue the top on either. You know, here's the other side. Yep, that was the other side. Probably a lot of you are thinking, that are watching, are probably thinking, I really need to stop doing this because I can't seem to go through anything smoothly. Everything is such a challenge for me. But, you know, it's a choice. Nobody is making any of you Watch me. So if I start to annoy the bejeebies out of you, push the skip button or whatever you have on YouTube and just go away, because I know I'm probably extremely annoying to a lot. I read comments like on Instagram and TikTok and whatever, even on Facebook and stuff. And I see things that people say, and I just, I'm not that kind of person, so I don't want to set myself up to be that kind of person. Did I glue that down? I think I did. Well, we're going to make sure that that tip is glued. There we go. I gotta hold a minute because I had to put extra glue on the very tip of the canopy here, or the roof, or whatever it is called. I'm going to say a canopy. It sounds more fitting. And a little extra glue. I think I've got that one all done. Now, strings of glue. That is my husband's job. When he's getting something ready, he's responsible for getting all the strings of glue off, because there are always pieces laying on it. Now, ooh, on the bottom there's a whole bunch. I think I better clean my table off. I don't know. Maybe that was from this one. I don't know. And guys, I'm just rambling on, so no problem. Here is the base. I told you he had to put a 1x1 or 1.5 by 1.5. I'm not really sure what this is, on my normal base, and painted it gold because I needed this long base to make him stand sturdy. And I think I cut the peg way too long here. I know I did. So let me cut that off. Well, I don't know if it's really necessary for you to have to watch me do this. I just got to figure out something to put on this base, because I want it nicer looking. It doesn't look very nice. And I just broke the peg on that one. Okay, guys, I guess we're going to call it quits on this while I try and fix the base that I just broke. I think I have to have my husband go in there with the drill one more time. Let me try a different one. I don't know how long the peg has to be. The peg didn't completely break off, so I might be okay. Yep. The peg didn't have to be that long, so no problem. It's just a little shorter than the others, but it doesn't affect. Still stand straight. And you can't even see the whole thing in here. Let me back up. There we go. There's the elephant. The elefante. I'm going to take and just lay some flowers on here to see what it looks like and take the pictures. And again, it's not my decision whether to put the flowers on there or not. Let me just give Jen, I might just give you a call and let you know what's going on, to be sure that you're okay with whatever I have to do. So, everybody, thank you for watching, and I'm sorry if I've exhausted you, and be kind. Have a good one. I hope the camera was rolling.